On this episode of The Sequence, we're going to talk about time signatures and how to apply them on your MPC Live I or X. The Sequence. What is going on, guys? So I actually stumbled upon this topic because I was listening to one of my favorite songs, which I'm going to talk about a little later in this video. But while I'm at it, I definitely want to hear from you guys in the comment section of what is your favorite time signature. And if you have issues understanding how time signatures work, well, I'm going to explain that first before we get into the lesson. And if you are impatient and you just want to learn about time signatures and how to apply them inside of your MPC Live or X, well, guess what? You can click to that part of the video because I put tables of contents inside of these videos now. So what is a time signature? So time signatures are represented by two numbers. So the most common time signature is 4/4. So what that means is 4 beats, which is the first number of 4/4, and then the note length of the 4/4. And so that is a quarter note basically. So that's the note length. The 4/4 would be like this, like 1 2 3 4, 2 2 3 4, 3 2 3 4, 4 2 3 4. That's how you would count a 4/4. And it's important because a lot of common music, and ironically, if you do write a lot of sheet music, then you already know this, but if you don't know, it is represented with a C on the sheet music. If you're a Logic head, you have already seen the C on there in your time signatures if you mess with that feature or not. And you'll see, well, what the heck does the C mean? Well, it's common. And the reason why it's called common is because it's used a lot in pop music basically. So you hear that very commonly used. I definitely want to hear from you guys, what are your favorite 4/4? And a lot of people use it, obviously techno, house, drum and bass, hip hop, trap, etc. Common, basically common 4/4. And yeah, I don't need to list any songs, but one is not very popular is the Wants, which is the 3/4. And how you would count that would be this: 1 2 3, 2 2 3, 3 2 3, 4 2 3. And that's how that feels. And that's why I bring you to the part where I was like, man, I gotta figure out what I can do with the Wants. And my favorite song, which I'm gonna talk about, is called Outkast Mainstream, featuring Goodie Mob off the ATLiens album. I had that linked in the description box. You need to hear that song. Really dope. And the rhythm was I just embarrassed myself, but it doesn't sound like a Wants, but that was a really dope way to use that particular time signature. I definitely want to hear of other songs that use the 3/4. Comment section don't disappoint. There's another one too that's very common, and it's very similar to the 4/4, but the vibe of it is different. And that is the 2/2. The 2/2 is boom tap, doom doom tap, 1 2 2 2 3 2 4 2. I know you've heard that before. It's used very commonly in disco music. Also, boom bap technically is that 2/2 count, but most of the boom bap producers just use 4/4 because it fits into that equation. But if you look at the notes in themselves, that is half notes. So now you're starting to get to what I'm explaining. There's another one that I think is very common that you will hear in a lot of old school R&B and in a lot of progressive rock and progressive country, and that's the 6/8, which is considered a shuffle time signature. 6/8, 12/8, and that is 1 2 3 4 5 6, 2 2 3 4 5 6, 3 2 3 4 5 6, 4 2 3 4 5 6. I know you heard some songs like that, especially if you listen to a lot of old school soul music. I would like to say Billy Paul, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, 2 2 4. We got a thing going on. I just embarrassed myself again, but yeah, that's another one that is very common within time signatures. Another one I would like to use as a good reference point, and that would be The Animals' House of the Rising Sun. Love that song. Huge favorite. 6/8 rhythm. It was actually a song that I actually sampled a long time ago. And if you actually listen to the rhythm of the 6/8, a lot of people apply that within the 4/4, or they try to, using triplet notes. And if you're used to hearing that, one song that I would like to talk about as far as like trap music would be produced by a person that I know by the name of DJ Speedy, and the song is called Young Jeezy I Do This, which he uses triplets to express his bounce in that song. Other ones, 7/8, that's a really strange one, more or less used in fusion rock, fusion jazz. But I definitely want to hear from you guys about what time signatures that you enjoy the most, which songs, the artist's name, the producer or composer's name. Definitely want to hear from you guys. Now let's talk about how to apply that inside of your MPC. All right, so we already talked about the very concepts of time signatures. Now let's apply that science within the MPC Live X or the MPC1. So what I'm gonna do here is pick out a drum. I'm gonna make sure I have my drums and stuff ready here, and I'm gonna show you how to do this on the main screen from your sequence part of that screen right here. So you can see the sequence 1 and the pencil sign. I'm gonna go ahead and wave on that. That's just, it makes it clear for you to see it. I'm gonna hit this pencil sign here and go to insert bar. So by default is 4/4. So 4/4 is the most common one, obviously. So I'm gonna go ahead and record something in here. All right, I'm gonna let you hear it back without any. There we go, see? Now, with that, you can set up your bars and stuff like that, but I don't wanna do it on this sequence. I'm gonna show you on a different sequence, but you can set it up to like 6/4, 6/8, 3/4, and all that. So what I'm gonna do is just show you the very concept of 3/4. So what I'm gonna do here is go into a BPM that will work. I'm gonna go into something that's close to Outkast mainstream. I highly recommend listen to the song, go to the description box. Fire hip hop at its finest. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is the exact same process, but this time I'm actually going to adjust the time signature to 3/4. And there's a reason why I didn't do it, and this is why. I'm gonna go ahead and lay it out because for some reason the MPC, I guess in 2.8, maybe could be another error in the MPC software. It doesn't catch it, but let's see if it'll do it this time. Let's listen back. See, that's not correct, or at least that's not how I would want it to sound like. So how you can fix that is this right here. I just go to like 1 bar, and you'll see I have it on 1 bar here, and then I'm gonna go back to 3 bars here. Since it calculated that, now I'm gonna lay it out. And see, it worked that time. Now, since I have it and it's fixed right, what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is this right here. I'm gonna go into track number 2 and we're gonna play some stuff. All right, I got something here. Let's go ahead and play it. Turn it down a little bit. All right. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You see what I'm saying? You feel me? Now that is basically the rhythm of how mainstream sounds like, though I don't know. I don't like, man, that song, that beat is so fire, man. But anyways, on to the next, we're gonna go and do a 6/8. And I'm gonna go ahead and let you, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let you hear that count here. Now that is a little weird, right? So I'm gonna go over here, insert bar, and now we're gonna go and do a 6/8 rhythm with those same drums here. So 6/8, and hit do it, get out of that screen. And now let's go into track number 1, which has my drums here. And now that you hear the way I'm doing that drum, remember, this is like a shuffle. You know what I'm saying? This is a shuffle. So you're going to have to go into your time signatures and set them up for triplets. Okay. Very similar concept as before. We're going to go and set it back to 1. We're not even going to test. We're not even going to play this time. And now we're going to record it. Now remember, this is kind of like Billy Paul's Mrs. Jones. Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go over to let's record that. Oh, hold on. Let me do that again. I messed up. All right, let's go. Hey. You know, give you some of that vibe here. You know, I'm gonna channel that boomer energy there. But basically, you know, those are 3 different time signatures that I really like to work with. So basically, that's what I wanted to show you as far as setting up time signatures and, you know, things that you want to look out for when you do that.